to learn about areas of rectangles and volumes of rectangular prisms. So let's talk about measurements. So linear units are used to measure length, so they're just the unit of measurement. So they don't have any exponents, like for example, meters. Square units are used to measure area. They are the unit of measurement squared, so they have an exponent of 2, like for example, square meters. Cube units are used to measure volume. They are the unit of measurement cubed, so they have an exponent of 3, like cubic meters. So this is something that would be measured with a linear unit, and then we would find the area of the square in, for example, square meters, and the volume of this cube in, for example, cubic meters. So there are 10 millimeters in each centimeter, 100 centimeters in each meter, and 1,000 meters in each kilometer. So as you go to a larger unit, you will have less of them because the units are larger. If you go to a smaller unit, you will have more of them because the units are smaller. So to go from millimeters to centimeters, one would divide by 10. To go from centimeters to meters, you divide by 100. To go from meters to kilometers, you divide by 1,000. To go from kilometers to meters, you'd multiply by 1,000. Meters to centimeters, multiply by 100. Centimeters to millimeters, multiply by 10. So let's learn how to calculate the area of a rectangle. So to calculate the area of a rectangle, we multiply the length of the rectangle by the width of the rectangle. So remember that when you multiply a linear unit like meters by a linear unit, which would also be meters, you get that unit squared. You get square meters. So in this case, we have centimeters. So we have 7 centimeters times 4 centimeters. So that would give us 28 centimeters squared. Also, it is very important to remember that 1 cubic meter is equal to 1,000 liters of water. And also, we might need to remember that 1 liter of water is equal to 1 kilogram. Also, it does not matter what order you multiply in. So if we would have multiplied 4 times 7, we would have still got 28 centimeters squared for the area of the rectangle. So now that we know all of this, let's do a question. The floor of the water treatment plant needs to be painted. Calculate the amount of paint to purchase in square meters for a water treatment plant that is 826 centimeters wide by 784 centimeters wide by 244 centimeters high. So it doesn't matter which order we multiply in, but basically the floor is 826 centimeters by 784 centimeters. And it's the floor that needs to be painted. We're not painting the walls, so we're not worrying about the height. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply. We're going to also convert the units because we want them in square meters. So we're going to convert these units to meters. It's easier to convert linear units than it is to convert square units. So we would have 8.26 meters times 7.84 meters. And what do we get? Well, we multiply that with our calculator and we're going to get meters squared. But how many of them? So 8.26 times 7.84. And we get 64.7584. And that is square meters, 64.7584. And so that means that our answer is B. So next, let's learn how to calculate the volume of a rectangular prism. But first, what is a rectangular prism? Well, basically, it's a box. So, let me clear out that previous answer. Okay, so we have the height, the width, and the length. And it doesn't matter what order we multiply in because, again, multiplication is commutative and associative. So it doesn't matter in what order we multiply. We just want to multiply the 3 dimensions together. Whenever a 3-dimensional object has the same cross-section along a length, it is a prism. A prism is named based on the shape of its base. So to find the volume of a rectangular prism, we multiply the length, the width, and the height. It does not matter in which order we multiply the 3 dimensions. So volume of a rectangular prism, length times width times height. So now that we know this, let's do some more questions. So how long will it take to fill a basin that is 2.4 meters wide by 1.6 meters long and 0.8 meters deep at a flow of 100 liters per minute? So we need to remember that a cubic meter, a meter cubed, is 1,000 liters. But first what we're going to do is we're going to figure out the volume of this rectangular tank by multiplying the three dimensions together. So we have 2.4 meters, 1.6 meters, and 0.8 meters. They're all in the same unit, so that's excellent. We're going to get meters cubed. So again, we bring up our calculator. And oh, I need to switch that. Okay, so 2.4 times 1.6 times 0.8 gives us 3.072. So the volume is 3.072. And we know that each meter cubed, this is meters cubed, and each meter cubed is 1,000 liters. So the volume will be 3,000. See, 3,072 liters. And we know that it's 100 liters per minute. So we're going to do 3,072 liters divided by 100 liters per minute, and we'll get the number of minutes. So we get 30.72 minutes. So what is that close to? Well, that is close to 31 minutes. So we're going to say that the answer is approximately 31 minutes, A. Okay, so next, how many cubic meters of earth are excavated from a trench that is 150 centimeters wide, 2.5 meters deep, and 200 meters long? So we always have to check that the units are all the same. And we can see here that centimeters is not the same as the others. The others are meters. So we're going to convert the centimeters to meters. And again, we just need to multiply the three dimensions together to get the volume of a rectangular prism. So we have 1.5 times 2.5 times 200. And we use our calculator, clear out that previous answer. And we get 1.5 times 2.5 times 200, which gives us 750. So the volume equals 750. And this is meters cubed. So they're asking how many cubic meters of earth are excavated? Well, 750 cubic meters, so answer C. Next, what is the capacity of a tank that is 5 meters long, 2 meters wide, and 1.8 meters high? So again, we need to multiply those numbers together. So volume equals the length, which is 5 meters, by the width, and it doesn't matter what order you multiply these numbers in anyway, though. You just need to multiply the three dimensions together. So we get 10 times 1.8, so we get 18. So the volume is 18 meters cubed. And now we remember that each meter cubed holds 1,000 liters, so it's going to be 18,000 liters, so D. Okay, next. A ground storage tank is 22 meters wide, 41 meters long, and 3.6 meters deep. How many liters of water will it hold? So the formula is that the volume of a rectangular tank is the length times the width times the height. So what we're going to do now is we are going to multiply that out to figure out how many liters of water it will hold. And we'll remember that every cubic meter holds 1,000 liters of water. So volume equals 22 times 41, they're all in meters, so that's excellent, times 3.6. So we multiply that with our calculator. So 22 times 41 times 3.6 gives us 3,247.2. So volume equals 3,247.2. And then what we do is we realize that there's 1,000 liters in every cubic meter. So this is meters cubed. So that's going to be 1,000 times that. So 3247200. So sometimes it helps to then put the commas, of course, to separate out the different periods, the millions, the thousands, and the ones. And we can see that the answer here is A. It will hold 3,247,200 liters of water. So next, in 4 hours of operation, the water level in a tank, 4 meters by 4 meters, drops 1.5 meters. The pump capacity was to be 2 liters per second. What is the actual capacity? So we know that the water level in 4 hours, it dropped 4 meters by, well, the tank is 4 meters by 4 meters, so it dropped 1.5 meters. So volume equals 4 times 1.5. So the volume will be 1.5 times 16, which will give us 24 meters cubed. Now we know that each cubic meter holds 1,000 liters, so that will be 24,000 liters, and that was in 4 hours. So now we need to figure out how many liters per second. So in an hour, there are 60 minutes, and in a minute, there's 60 seconds. So there's 3,600 seconds in each hour, 60 times 60. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide, well, first actually, sorry, we're going to multiply the 4 hours by 3,600 seconds per hour, so 14,400. Then we're going to divide the 24,000 liters by 14,400. So we get 1.67. So 1.67 liters per second. Answer D. Okay. So that is the end of this course. Now remember that when you're doing multiple choice questions, one good strategy is to cross out the answers that you know are wrong first. And also, if you're ever doing a time test, like for your certification levels, to not spend too much time on any one question. Leave it and come back to it. Best of luck with your quiz, and be sure to get that quiz submitted.